Hello, and I'd like to welcome you all once again to the old farmhouse here in the wee village of Riof on the west coast of the island of Lewis. And for another one of our wee half hours. Now, I've had a very, very busy time over the last couple of weeks. Now, we've had a couple of lovely days up here, but it's just turned nasty outside, so we're hoping that the internet holds up. It's quite stressful up here, trying to make sure that we get a signal going out. But thank you for joining us. It's been beautiful. The last couple of days have actually been brilliant, and it's been still, but the sea has been completely like glass. But one of the problems about that kind of weather up here at this time of year is the midges. So you can't come up here, or you can't be around here without one of these, which is your midgie net. I'm going to put it on just to let you see what I've had to put on. This is my midgie net. Now, I'm not going to perform in the midgie net tonight, but just to let you know they are absolutely vicious. But with a wee bit of wind now, it's gotten quite stormy outside now, so we won't have any problems with that. And so there's just me and Jen and here just now. And I'm a wee bit worried. Well, could you please welcome Murdo Tatty Face, who's going to sing with me tonight? But I'm a wee bit worried about him because he's got an awful large glass of whiskey sitting there, and I just don't know how many of these he's had before we started. So we'll just have to take our chances with him. Anyway, it's nice to get back to doing these wee broadcasts, and I've just picked a couple of songs out of the hat. Got a couple of requests. So this first one is for it's for a regular at our broadcast, Stephanie Summers in New Zealand, and she said just sing anything. So this came out of the hat, and it's vaguely a love song. So we'll start off with that. See how we go on. Okay, here we go. Vaguely a love song. He walks, he does not run. He has no overwhelming need to fly. His heart remains unbroken. No need to search the sky. Me, I've never found that place. I wander recklessly, but I know that she will find me. I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. Standing waves upon his sea. Everything is calm and even, just steady, safe as it should be. Me, I've never found that place. I wander recklessly, but I know that she will find me. I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. Sometimes we search too deep, that's when the darkness feeds our fear. We turn away from one another, just in case we get too near. Me, I stand this mountain top, I shout so she can hear, and I know that she will find me, I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. And I know that she will find me, I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. Thank you very much, and that's my wee song, She Will Find Me, kind of vaguely a love song. And we've just been joined by my friend Finn, who's just come down from his croft. Hi, Finn. And he'll be helping out with some of the choruses in Gaelic. And I'm going to continue with this wee song. Like I said, I had a very busy time. I was down at Shrewsbury at the festival, which is way, way down for me. It's about a 7-hour drive down from Dunkeld down to Shrewsbury, and then I was at the Edinburgh Military Tattoo where they were playing my tune, The Gale, and I was down at that. So I've been racing around the country, but it's been quite crazy. Now, I don't know if you saw the wee video earlier on. When I took that, I went out this afternoon and made that wee video just to give you an idea where we are and where we're doing this broadcast from in this beautiful part of the world. And we're actually in the old part of the farmhouse here. And this was the farmhouse that was built when all the people were cleared off the land to make way for sheep. And this bit was part, I think it would have probably been the kitchen of the farmhouse or something. But I've never touched it. It's exactly like it would have been in the 1850s. And I'm getting cooked by my peat fire here behind me, but I don't know if you can see, but the hooks and that are still in the fireplace for hanging the pots on for doing your cooking. And so I thought I would do this wee song, which I just came back from Glenelg, and it's kind of I was kind of immersed in the kind of Highland thing. And this is a song that I wrote a number of years ago about the Reverend Norman MacLeod. And I've told this story before for those of you who watch regularly, but I'll tell it again. And the Reverend Norman MacLeod was from Assynt, and him and about 800 of his followers decided that they didn't like. He was a bit of a holy terror of a minister, I think. So he took all his followers over to St Anne's in Cape Breton in Nova Scotia, and they built a community there. They cut down the trees, they built all their little houses, and then they were there for about 30 years. And then he decided that it was too cold because the sea gets frozen in the winter time, and that they would all build their own boats and go to Australia. And in fact, they went to New Zealand in the end. But and that's what they did. They built 6 boats, and the whole 800 of the community went to New Zealand. And I only know this because when I was doing some tours in New Zealand, I stopped in at this old graveyard in a wee place called Waipu. And I noticed that all the names on the gravestones were all in Scottish Gaelic, or Scottish names, and they were all William MacLeod, born in Assynt, late of St Anne's Bay. And so I went and had a wee look at the story, and it's a fascinating story. And I realised that I had been to all 3 places, because I eventually ended up going to St Anne's Bay, spending a wee bit of time down where they built the ships. You could still see the remains of their houses in the woods around the bay. And the sea was frozen over, so the Reverend made the right decision, because when I was in Waipu, it was a T-shirt and shorts, and it was brilliant. So I wrote this wee song, and I'd been to Assynt as well. So I also realised that the young men who left Assynt with the Reverend were eventually the old men who ended up in Waipu, and had spent their whole lives trying to create a place for their people to live in comfortably. So but we go. It's not a song I sing very often, so it could. All right, Mardo. I was there on the cold Assynt hills. I heard the hunger cry and the tyrants laughing. I heard the young men say goodbye to the place where their young dreams had grown. For there's a land somewhere where we can build our freedom. There's a land somewhere where our children will grow strong. And if our lives should be spared, we'll need no other reason to sail on, to sail on. You can sing that wee bit if you like, you can try it. To sail on. To sail on. Oh, I stood on the shores at St Anne's, watched them building boats to trade the oceans. I heard the preacher raise his hand, saying, brothers, it's time to move on. For there's a land somewhere where we can build our freedom. There's a land somewhere children will grow strong. If our lives should be spared, we'll need no other reason to sail on, to sail on. Oh, I watched from the white Waipu sands. I saw them drop their sails and throw their anchor. I saw the old men shake each other's hands, saying, brothers, now I think we are home. For there's a land somewhere where we can build our freedom. There's a land somewhere where our children will grow strong. If our lives should be spared, we'll need no other reason, sing it with me, to sail on, to sail on. For there's a land somewhere where we can build our freedom. There's a land somewhere where our children will grow strong. If our lives should be spared, we'll need no other reason to sail on, to sail on. Thank you very much. And that's my wee song. I call it The Boat Builders, because there's a great book you can get. It was called the Gales Fair North or something. It's a lovely story, and it tells the whole story of the kind of the incredible journey that they made. And nobody died. I think there was 2 or 3 children born on the trip. It took them about 6 months to. These are sailing boats, to go from St Anne's Bay all the way across to New Zealand. Anyway, I'm going to do... Now, that was requested, actually, by... just go through my... That was requested for Finlay McCabe in St John's in Newfoundland. Oh, well, that's the same part of the country up there, Newfoundland, in Canada. I'm sure I would get in trouble for saying it's the same part of the country as Cape Breton, but it's up in that neck of the woods. And so you'll know about the sea inlets freezing over. This is a wee song which I'm going to have to change my guitar tune here now. I've come up to Lewis and I've only brought one guitar up with me. Now I'm back in Butterstone. I have 2 or 3 guitars and I can have them in different tunes. So you'll have to bear with me while I... just hoping I don't get lost here. Yes, so I think we're kind of close there now. I'm just going to have my thumb pick at my and this is a wee song that I wrote for a friend of mine who was a farmer, and this has got a chorus which you've done before. And a friend of mine who was a farmer and just wished that he was able to look after the land with the same kind of care and affection that his grandfather had done, and but now with all the kind of modern demands on production and stuff and that, he was finding it very hard, and with all the sort of chemicals and things he's having to put on the fields to make the fields yield more, to keep kind of in the whole thing, and to clear his head he used to go and climb mountains. And I wrote this song for him a number of years ago, and it's got an easy chorus. This is for the Global Choir. Now, when I was down in Shrewsbury, it was lovely to be at the festival in Shrewsbury, and there were a few Global Choir members at Shrewsbury, and they introduced themselves to me, and it was great, actually, and I could hear them singing in the audience. Oh, am I going to have a wee mouthful of my port? I hope it doesn't give Murdo any ideas about having to drink of his big dram there. No, he's behaving himself, to be honest with you. And so you sing, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Okay? So let's get a bit of a global choir thing happening in the old farmhouse in Riof tonight. Having a little senior moment there. This is another one of these songs I don't sing very often. Old layers of time have buried the ways that the others have grown, and though sturdy and strong, their rays open wide with each new unknown. And though it's for the air that he screams in the night, he's a servant of the seasons and the morning's early light. Troubled one, he says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. That's what you sing? Yeah. I'm getting cooked here, actually. Give me a hand, gentlemen. Here we go. There's global choir happening here. He says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. Beautiful. And see these guilty hands that envenom the soil and take the life from his fields. But now these book-reddened eyes have discovered the truth and what it conceals. Oh, it's for the air that he screams in the night. He's a servant of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled one, he says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. And so the plough it will turn, and our hearts they will burn, for sair work's nae easy. But oh, the circle stone and this buzzer die, and this great unknown, oh, it goes on and on into the distance of time. And oh, it's for the air that we scream in the night. We're servants of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled ones, they say, rescue me. They say, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. They say, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. They say, rescue me. And here is your chance. This is for the global choir to make a bit of noise in the old farmhouse. And here we go. See how you go on, man. They say, that's absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can hear Jenny and Finn singing up the back there. This is great. We're having a wee bit of fun here ourselves tonight. I think we'll do it again, actually, because that was sounding so good. I had to push my glasses up because I'm sweating here and my glasses are slipping down my nose. All right, Mr. Okay. All right, Mardo. We'll do it again with a wee harmony or two. Here we go. They say, rescue last time. Here we go. You say, rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. You say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. They say, rescue me. Do, 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 do. Well done. And that's my wee song that I wrote for my pal. And actually, it's quite relevant to kind of these troubled times, isn't it? Really, I've kind of feel a wee bit like that myself. Anyway, I'm going to finish off because that was requested by. That was requested for Sheila Martin in Edinburgh. Hi, Sheila, how are you doing? And also for Dave Capital in Dover, Kent. And now that's a nice part of the country down there. I mean, I had a great time in Shrewsbury, actually. It was absolutely brilliant. I went and visited a Roman city, Wrexeter, I think it was called. And it turns out that it was the same 20th Legion that were based there that were the ones that marched all the way up to Scotland and were based in the Roman fort that's just a mile from my house, the Roman legionary fort in Inchtuthil. And so that was really very interesting. And I'm going to do this, which is a song by Robbie Burns. And I do a lot of Burns songs, and this is my version of one of his gems. And this was for Claire Hildreth from West Yorkshire. And this is in memory of her mum, I think, just passed away recently, quite sad. So this is for Claire Hildreth for her in Yorkshire in memory of her mum. And it's a fantastic... so this is my version. Now the song used to be sung when I was growing up. The song's called Green Grow the Rushes. And when I was growing up, the song was always sung, Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh. And I went, that's too nice a song to be sung like that. So I slowed it down and made it into the wee song that it is. Now everybody sings it the way I sing it, which is quite nice. I'm going to get another wee mouthful of my port. Just thinking I should throw another peat on that fire, actually, just because Finn and I'll have a wee sit down there after we finish the show and talk, tell tales to each other. Anyway, so try and sing the chorus of this as well. You can sing Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh, for the hours that e'er I spent among the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. There's naught but care on every hand, in every hour that passes, oh, it signifies the worth, oh man, and 'twas nae for the lassies, oh. Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. The worldly race may riches chase, and riches still may fly them all. And when at last they catch them fast, their heads can ne'er enjoy them all. Sing with me, go on. Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. Give me a canty routine, my arms about my dearie, oh. Worldly cares and worldly men may all gae tapsel teary, oh. Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. There's naught but care on every hand, in every hour that passes, oh. It signifies the worth, oh man, and 'twas nae for the lassies, oh. Here we go. Green grow the rushes, oh, green grow the rushes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. Sing it on your own, here we go. Little choir, here we go. Bum. Green grow. Beautiful. And again with some harmonies gone. Green I think you're just getting the hang of it. I think we'll do it one more time. Green grow the rashes, oh, green grow the rashes, oh. The sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies, oh. Well done, that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And that's one of, that's Robbie Burns' wonderful celebration of women in his lovely Green Grow the Rashes song. And that brings us to the end of our wee gathering here in front of the peat fire up on the island of Lewis. in the old farmhouse here. Thank you for joining us. Please leave a wee message on the Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from, because we love it, and particularly when we're away up kind of in such a remote place. Like, we're right out on the west side of the island of Lewis here. Just the Atlantic out there, just down 500 yards from where we are. And then there's nothing between there and America. And so it's brilliant. So leave a wee message and let us know where you're coming from and what you're doing. And thank you for joining us. Thanks to Finn for coming in. And we might have a wee sing-song later on. Finn's a lovely Gaelic singer, so you never know what might happen tonight in the old farmhouse. And thanks to Jenny for pressing the buttons. Thank you for all for joining us. All that's left for me to do now is to say good night. Hope that you're looking after each other, and we hope that we nights like this can make the terrible stuff that's happening out in our world at the moment. I'm an old hippie, and actually I thought that by the time I got to my 70s that the world would be a much nicer, happier place, but it's actually going backwards, I think. So I get very depressed. Oh yeah, so next week I've got a concert in Cumbernauld Theatre, so we won't be doing a live stream, but you can come to the Cumbernauld Theatre. It's a new Cumbernauld Theatre, which is down near Glasgow. There's only 10 tickets left. Jenny's making signs at me, but we'll send you something at 9 o'clock at night from Cumbernauld, just to keep the whole kind of community kind of going, and because I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy doing my little videos and all that sort of stuff. But so it's a brilliant thing. So thank you for joining us. Night. Look after each other. Stay cheery. Keep smiling like a tatty face. Look at Murdo's smile. We'll get a wee shot of Murdo with his smile. Can we get it? Yeah, look at Murdo. He's the happiest chap in the world. And I think he must have had 2 or 3 of these big glasses of whiskey before we actually started. But anyway, it keeps us all cheery. And so night. You all look after each other, and I'll see you all further on. We'll be doing a show the week after. So just keep your eye on the website, and we'll keep you informed. So night, Aikava, and until next time.